We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they had. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
That was January 6th, and nowhere in that conversation does Nancy Pelosi say that it was Trump's fault. She said it was hers. There's a lot about this whole January 6th thing that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm not here to convince you that it was or wasn't an insurrection. My duty, as far as I'm concerned, is just keeping you guys informed. This is, to me, definitive proof that Nancy Pelosi knows that she had something to do with the mistakes that were made on January 6th. Now, you notice I did not say Nancy Pelosi intentionally created this riot or that she was solely responsible and she just had complete malicious and evil intentions with everything that happened with January 6th. Honestly, when I listened to that video, and I'm not a fan of Nancy Pelosi, but when I listened to that video, it sounds like she was genuinely accepting responsibility or accountability for not doing what she should have done. And as quick as she is to blame Trump for whatever she needs to help people see that Trump is the enemy and you need to continue to vote Democrat, I would think that that would have been the first thing to come out of her mouth on January 6th, and it wasn't. She straight said it was her fault. She should have been more prepared. And in truth, she should have been more prepared because it's coming to light that Trump actually did tell her or did try to get her to call on the National Guard. What's amazing to me, though, is what happened after this video was leaked by the Republican Party. I'm actually interested in knowing who was in the car videotaping this conversation, like they were going to use it as leverage at a later date. I don't know, but somehow this conversation got recorded. But what surprised me was how fast she decided to get on MSNBC News and to basically justify what she said. At least you thought she was going to justify what she said. Instead, we got an entirely different message from her.
Why do you think this is stirred up and a brouhaha on the right and in some corners of the media today?
Well, because of the fact is that the President of the United States, the former president, and his toadies do not want to face the facts. They're trying to do revisionist history on January 6th. But we cannot let us be dragged into their, again, false impression of what happened that day. They know what happened that day. They know how serious it is and was and continues to have an impact on our country. And yet they want to call the people who were in there hostages. This former president who incited this insurrection would not send the National Guard for hours. People were harmed, people were killed, but died one way or another. And what did he do but try to deny that any of it happened? This is a terrible thing, but let us not take away the attention of what we need to do to go forward.
See, I have a couple of issues with this. First of all, the one thing you don't see her do at all is address the actual footage of her admitting that it was her fault. Not one time. Instead, what she's trying to do is basically say, the story we gave you guys before, that's still the story. You need to ignore everything else that's going on. And that is one of several problems that I have with the Democratic Party and the left right now is that they create drama. They create these problems. They serve their own needs by telling lies to the people. And then when they get caught with their lies, all of a sudden the Democrats want to move on. It's old news. Why are we still harping on this? We're harping on it because you guys are evil. You guys are lying to the people. And again, as a citizen of this country, not right, not left, as a citizen of this country who cares about the well-being of who we are and what we represent, we deserve to know what's going on. We deserve to know who's lying to us. We need to get more information. We need a transparent government so that we know who's doing a good job, who isn't, and who we need to get rid of. But we don't get that from our government right now. And to be honest, I'm not saying that Trump is going to jump in here and do the very best job. I didn't start off supporting Trump. In my eyes, I'm voting for the best person for the job. And it wouldn't matter if it's the convicted felon or somebody entirely new. I am not voting for the Democratic Party. And the reason why I say that instead of just saying I'm not voting for Biden is because I have a feeling that by the time we get to the elections, I actually think that we're going to have somebody else running for the Democratic Party, whether it's Navin Gruesome, whatever his name is, or somebody different, Michelle Obama. It doesn't matter. It's the same government that needs to go. If you guys look back as far as the 70s, you have Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden that have been caught up in so many scandals throughout decades. It's the same government that is just rotating the puppets who are the leaders, who are leaders in office. They're just rotating. It's the same. It needs to go. We need a new government in office, period. I don't know what to think of January 6th. I don't think that the people that are in prison because of January 6th need to be in prison. I'm hearing so much more information. I'm hearing evidence was actually destroyed, and I'm having a problem with every time the Democrats get caught up in some kind of scheme or scandal and they're forced to produce evidence, we're finding out that they've been deleting it. They're doing that because the punishment for getting rid of evidence is less severe than giving up the evidence to find out what really happened. What's really bothering me with what's going on in this country right now is we are refusing to get answers. We would rather just trust the information that's given to us instead of doing the homework on our own. You may not agree with everything that I say. You may think I'm based, or you might think that I'm just a little too open-minded about a few particular things. But the one thing that I'm doing that our government isn't is I'm giving you an honest opinion based on the information that we have. If we don't have enough information, I'm doing the homework and I'm going to tell you, hey, look, right now, there's not enough information to make an educated guess on what's happening right now. This thing with January 6th, we know something's wrong with this. It is not the insurrection that they're making it out to be. That doesn't mean something bad did not happen. It just means that this committee that they put in place, the same committee that deleted hundreds of encrypted files just before the Republicans took over the House when Nancy Pelosi was voted out of office or retired, or you cannot turn around and say that they are guiltless or not want to hold them accountable just because you know they destroyed evidence and now there's nothing to prove against them. That doesn't make you right. It doesn't make us want to vote for you. And I really think people should get tired of, at the very least, of the government thinking it's okay to dupe us and treat us like we're stupid or naive, and that they can sell us on whatever story they want and we'll believe it because we're too lazy to go and get those answers. You guys, just do me a favor, man. If you don't do anything else, whether you trust me or not, whether you like the information I'm giving you or not, hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that at the very least you know you're getting transparency in the information that I give you guys, how I feel about it, and then me being open enough to listen to what you guys have to say in the comment section to let me know whether I'm wrong or not. I actually do read the comments. I don't respond to idiots. I don't respond to disrespectful comments. But if you've got a sound argument and I read it and it looks like, hey, you know what? Let's have a discussion about this. You'll see me respond in the comment section because it is about us. I don't care if you're left or right. I don't care what you are. But we need more people that are on the same level as we are having these discussions, helping us to understand what's going on so that we can make better decisions when we go in there to vote. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, just if you don't get anything else out of this, Nancy Pelosi admitted that it was her fault. And when she came to defend herself, guess what she didn't do? She did not tell you that that video was not real. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.